Hi guys, welcome back to the Resonator. So today I'm going to have a go at making some coasters. Now I'm not going to lie, I've never had a success with coasters and I really am just winging it. So I'm going to have a go at the blooms, which I've seen lots of people be successful with, but also lots of people be unsuccessful with. So the resin I'm using today is the J Addiction 1 part epoxy. I love this resin, it's really clear. You don't get that many bubbles. I've already pre-mixed my clear and I've let it get to 36 degrees with my little probe thermometer there. I'm just going to take that out and wipe the end because nobody wants a sticky end. I hope I didn't just drop that in my mould. Okay, let's move that to one side. So I'm going to pour my clear now, making sure that there's no bits in my moulds. I probably should have checked that first. So I've already sprayed these moulds with the usual silicone release spray. Links to everything that I use in my videos will be in the description. So let's give these a pour, because with these blooms the secret's in the timing. Now I'm not going to fill these all the way up either, because I want to back them later on, probably with some black. I'll give them a black top coat, and then when we turn them over it should show the colours a bit better. In this video I'm going to be having a go at piping. Now I'm not a baker, so I'm not used to piping icing or anything like that. So I should imagine it's going to be amusing watching me try to handle a piping bag, but we'll see. So I've already separated out a little bit of clear to add my white to, but I've got a little bit left over, so I'm just going to add a little bit more to that. I'll let those sit for a while to see if any bubbles come up to the surface, and while we're waiting I might as well get my white ready. So I'm going to add a little bit of the usual Decorum resin dye paste that I use for my white, and my little stirring stick. Give that a stir. It takes a little while to get the white to mix in, but once it starts to mix it goes quite well. Now I don't want it opaque because I want this to spread and for you to be able to see the blooms. I'm actually going to probably put a little bit more clear in those. I'm just looking now. This white's a little bit streaky, so keep mixing. Excuse me sniffing guys, the pollen count's really high here at the moment, and my hay fever is kicking my butt, and it doesn't seem to matter what I take, but I'm always snotty. I might add a little bit. Where's it gone? Where's it hiding? Oh, it's right in front of my face. A little tiny bit of this silvery white mica powder, just to see if it gives us the tiniest hint of shimmer in our white, but I really only do want to add the tiniest bit. Let's get the lid on that. We know what we're like guys, don't we? Oh yeah, there's just the tiniest hint of a shimmer in there. No streakiness from the white, so I think we'll use that. So I've already got a piping bag ready, and I don't know whether you can see that, I've actually put it over a plastic cup. It's just an old yogurt pot that I've washed out. I'm going to add that into there. Excuse me sniffing. Scrape that out. And then squeeze it down to the end. I can feel that resin getting nice and warm. I want it to thicken up a little bit if I can. I'm going to twist the end, and I've already got a little peg ready. I'm hoping this is going to be enough to hold the end. So I'm going to peg the end without pegging my finger. Ouch. Actually, this is quite good because I can use that to squeeze that down. And then going to trim off the end, because I don't need all that, and we all know. There you go, there's the first accident of the video. I'm sure you're all waiting for that. I don't need all that excess, it's just going to get in the way. I'm going to add a little bit more clear to these. I really need to get a levelling table. Desperately need to get a levelling table. Because most desks look level, but they never are. I think that will be my next purchase. Well, my birthday's coming up. Okay, so they're a bit more topped up. I'm just going to give it a few more minutes. Let's put some lids on things. As you can see, I'm not the most organised of people. I'm like this at work as well. Not very organised. I have to do everything by lists at work, else things just don't get done. Okay, so now that's been sitting for a little while, it's time to add our ink. So the colours, I wanted to go with a bit of an autumny theme, even though it's summer, just so it's a different colour, because I don't want to get stuck into using the same colours just because they're pretty. So we're going with cherry, lemon, orange and avocado. I don't know if you can see it in the shot, but I tested the colours on my little piece of paper towel here by the side of me. Okay, so I think I want to go with something quite dark in the middle. So I'm going to start with avocado, and I'm going to put one drop of, actually I'll go with 3, I think, because I want it to spread out. 2, 3 in the centre of all of these. 1, 2, 3. There we go. I'm going to go with a bit of yellow around the outside. I'm just going to drop it around the outside, all the way around. I saw a little tip on one of the channels that I watch, Pouring Your Heart Out. If you've never seen her work, Julie, her work is absolutely beautiful. She said if you keep pressure on your bottle, just a little bit of pressure on your alcohol ink bottles, it stops them from spurting. And I'm just trying that now, and it actually feels like it's working. I've got a little bit more control over it. Oh, this one here isn't very central, the green, but hey, never mind. let's go in with a little bit of cherry, and I'm going to put one of those in the centre. I think I need to be careful with this because I'm sure this bottle's got a slight leak. Yeah, it's got a little bit of a leak to the top, so I'm having to be very, very careful with it. When I picked it up earlier on, it had leaked and it went all over my hands. It looked like I'd murdered somebody. I'm going to keep the lid on that one. And now I'm going to go in with some orange. I'm going to go around the edges, but I'm just going to go on all the points on this mould rather than all the way around like I did with the yellow. May work, may not. Oh, 2 came out there. Oh well, let's face it, these things never all come out identical, do they? Well, mine are certainly not going to anyway. Give my hands a little bit of a wipe. I might go in with another drop of cherry in the middle of each one. I don't really want them to muddy, and I'm not sure how they're going to spread out. Like I say, I'm very new to this. I've never had a success with blooms. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave that there. Give my gloves a little dry. Okay, so now it's time for the piping. I'm actually pretty terrified of this bit, so I'm going to cut the end of my piping bag, but I'm going to do it a tiny bit at a time until I've managed to cut enough off. I think that is already going everywhere. Oh no, actually that's okay. So I'm going to try and go in a spiral. Let's try those first, and I'm going to start from the inside out. I don't think this bit needs to be particularly uniform. That was a little bit blobby there, but hey. There we go. Oh, well, even if they don't look very good from the other side, they look cool from this side. So I'm going to give that a couple of minutes. Give my gloves a clean off again. Okay, so the next bit, we have to draw lines through our resin. So I'm going to start with clock face, so 12, 3, 6, 9, and I'm going to draw out from the centre in. So with 12, I don't think I went deep enough on that one. Doesn't matter if you go right to the edge of your mould because it will pick off. And then I'm going to come from the outside in the centre of each one of those. Now remember, don't go to the bottom of your mould. We're just disturbing the surface. Oh, I've just pulled the end off my favourite. Oh no, it's not my favourite one. I pulled the end off it. I think I'm getting a bit heavy-handed. On the very last one as well, let's use a different one. Oh dear, I love these as well. Maybe I need to stop grabbing them so hard. Okay, so those bits are done. Now I did make up some red and gold glitter. I'm not really sure whether to use it or not. Do you know what, let's just go for it. So I'm going to put a little bit in the centre of each one. I might have to do that with a bigger thing, else we're going to be here till midnight. Let's put one of those in each centre. If I'd have thought about it, I probably should have done this first. Well, even if they look rubbish from the other side, I like the way they look on this side. Tiny bit more in there. And I'm just going to get a cocktail stick and just give each one of these a little stir in the middle. So as always guys, if you want to support me, feel free to buy me a coffee, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'm hoping to put out a schedule of Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays. So make sure you hit the notification bell so you know that when my videos post. I'd like to thank you all for your support. You've been fantastic. So I'm going to leave these for 24 hours now, and then we will back them probably with some glittery black, but I'm not sure yet. I'll keep an eye on them as they're curing and decide what I want to put on the back of them as they're curing. Okay, so I will see you for the next part.